Broncos country, we can't get cute this year. This is the season where we got to take everything seriously. And that really means a lot when it comes to surrounding Bo Nix with as much talent as we can. What's going on, guys? I'm David here talking Broncos. Be sure, let me know your thoughts on this matter. But we're talking about Courtland Sutton today, all right? And I'm about to pull up an article from Zach Kelberman, Mile High Huddle, to talk about this. We have the Courtland Sutton pseudo holdout. I guess it's technically a holdout, is still happening, not showing up to OTAs, which is completely voluntary. But when you have a rookie quarterback, you want him to get with all of his weapons as early as possible, right? So I'd love to have Courtland Sutton out there this week, but he is holding out for not a longer contract extension or anything like that. It's just more guaranteed money. So we're going to take a little peek at this article by Zach. I want to know your thoughts in the comments. Be sure to smash that like and subscribe. We're on our way to 1,000. And then I'll give you my 2 cents on this, all right? But let's go ahead and get into it. And I'll read some excerpts here. Courtland Sutton's holdout from voluntary practice has stretched into phase 3 of the Broncos offseason program, and there doesn't appear to be an end in sight. Jeremy Fowler recently reported that the sides have yet to make real progress on a new contract for which negotiations remain ongoing, okay? The subject of continuous trade rumors, Sutton has skipped a month's worth of Broncos workouts while training on his own in Florida. According to Mike Kliss, it's sending a message to the team that he'd like a reworked contract, i.e. more money, by staying away from Dove Valley headquarters. A trade does not seem to be an option, Kliss added. It's worth noting Sutton is not demanding a trade, which is fine, because the Broncos aren't trading him. Again, I love this, all right? The time to have entertained this option was during the draft, and that passed without any talk of a trade. And so Sutton will continue working out on his own in Florida. A reworked contract also is not on the table, at least not yet. Okay, guys, this is interesting stuff because I understand Courtland Sutton wanting to get some more guaranteed money. We desperately need him. I think that he does have some leverage here because Bo Nix and Sean Payton, we cannot afford to just say, hey, you know what? We'll trade Courtland Sutton away from or for a bag of chips, right? And a 6-pack, okay? And I like that Kliss said in here that that's not happening. The Broncos aren't going to get that cute with things, okay? This is a better team with Courtland Sutton on it. Is his contract, his cap hit rather, larger than what you would like to see? Absolutely. I think it's around like $17 or $18 million this year. But I think maybe about half of that or so is guaranteed. Let's get into it. Sutton, 28, is entering the penultimate campaign of his 4-year, $60.8 million extension inked in 2021. He has $27.6 million left on his deal. Roughly 25 of that is non-guaranteed. Okay, so it's even less than what I thought. So he's got $27.6 million left on the 2 years that he has, and 2 of that is guaranteed. We're talking about a guy who's been a captain here for many years, a guy that has been a productive wide receiver for us. And I know some people, yes, has he had troubles with drops, whatever? Yeah. But I think he's good for the locker room. And what I see sometimes on Twitter, I got to call out my friend, Respect My Codes. He's like a Jerry Jeudy guy. Dude, Jerry Jeudy was such a diva. He did not have any focus. He never came up clutch for us. Courtland Sutton has had many clutch moments despite maybe some of his inconsistencies with dropping balls. But are you guys telling me, some of y'all, are you guys telling me that you want to go into this season with Josh Reynolds, Marvin Mims, and Tim Patrick as your top 3 wide receivers? In what world does that benefit a rookie quarterback being Bo Nix? In what world does that benefit the offense, okay? He's already at a 17 or whatever $1 million cap hit for the Broncos this year, give him more guaranteed money. This is a captain that has, honestly, I think, kept quiet when he could have asked out. I feel like a long time ago, he could have played things much more dirty, I think, than when you look at other wide receivers and them wanting their money, right, in the past, okay? I think that there needs to be a little bit of give and take here, okay? Because while I believe Courtland Sutton will return and play this year, granted, maybe that $2 million just isn't much to him. I don't know. But I think that while I think he'll return eventually, even if there isn't a new deal, I think it's worth it giving him some more guaranteed money because you're doing right by your productive players over the last handful of years. Courtland Sutton has been one of our best players, regardless of what the record's been. He's been one of our best players. And other free agents will take notice of different things like this. Other players will take notice of how somebody like Courtland Sutton is treated, okay? Now, there is a fine line. I'm not saying we go out and give this guy $25 million guaranteed. I'm not saying the Walton Penner Group do that, even though I'm sure if they were asked to do it, they would do it no problem. That's just that's a dollar in the bucket for them, right? A dime in the bucket, whatever the expression is, right? You don't want to set a precedent to where players can just complain or hold out and get more money, get more guaranteed money, right? But I think the Broncos, they need to be careful with how they handle this because other players are going to take notice, okay? And I think that there's a happy medium here where Courtland can get some more guaranteed money that, in my opinion, I think he rightfully deserves. Bo Nix is going to be better with a veteran wide receiver like that in the core here. And although we were one of the most healthy teams in football last year, our wide receivers have had a history of being hurt. And it would be nice to have another guy there. Again, I don't want to go into the season with Josh Reynolds, Tim Patrick, and Marvin Mims, and Troy Franklin, a rookie wide receiver, as like our top four guys. Sprinkle in Brandon Johnson, Lil Jordan Humphrey, Jalen Virgil, those types of things. I take Courtland Sutton over all those guys right now. Even though he's got limitations, he does do some things very well, especially in the red zone. And without having a bona fide tight end, it's important that we have some guys like Courtland Sutton on the team so that we can have a better functioning red zone offense, all right? So y'all let me know in your thoughts in the comments. I think that this is one where I feel like a lot of the subscribers, regular viewers, we've kind of been a little bit split on this. And I'm wondering if your guys' opinion has changed at all on this since drafting Bo Nix. So thank you guys so much for your time. Be sure to smash that like and subscribe on the way out. I'll be back with more Broncos news tomorrow. And as always, y'all, go Broncos.